أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وصلى الله على محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. We're going to continue on with our secondary statement from the Attaché Coalition, Brothers Incorporated Brothers, and what it is that they have to state in reference to the most recent hostilities, but it's also to clarify their stand as to the attachment and the allied coalitional operations between the Brothers Incorporated Brothers, whom are the processors and advisors, as well as the administrators of the People's Republic of La ilaha illallah, the former retired Imam's office, as well as the Boysyi. Boysyi will make their statement later on. However, there are a few things that need to be clarified through the means of the analysis of the Brothers Incorporated Brothers, and therefore we will turn it over to the statement of the Brothers Incorporated Brothers pertaining to the situation of the People's Republic of La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. To proceed, dear fellow Republic of the Shahada, we want to further substantiate our deep solidarity with our attaché on our right and our left, that being the retired Imam's office personnel, as well as those who are the Boysyi, and taking the moment to send deep respect, salutations upon Rasul alayhi salatu wassalam and the Shuhada, those who were martyred. We have to come to the realization that through compassion and tolerance of one another, in accordance to the way of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, will enable us to prevail as his siblings, which we are. Brothers Incorporated Brothers have in fact discovered back in the early days of the declaration of the Quranic revolution, that discrimination was rampant simply because of the fact that one disapproved of another, and the one who disapproved was of lineage or financial status that the other one was not of. B, that in fact all of those who have decided to be hostile against the efforts of the Quranic revolution are only doing so, or could be simply doing so, as a result of the falsehood in which one is trying to protect. We have come to the full understanding that those who oppose officials of the Quranic revolution are not finding any reason whatsoever to be opposing. In fact, what Brothers Incorporated Brothers have come to fully discover is that those who claim to be against the efforts are not able to side when anything was done against them directly or personally. They are unable to stand firm and to protect and to defend the indefensible, the unsubstantiable. C, many who claim to be of the Muslim community have in fact come to term that they have been getting the wrong information, they have been misled, as well as having a life that is not consistent with the traditions of the Quran. D, our lives as Muslimin, our lives as believers, requires for us to be dedicated and devoted, committed, look forward to meeting Jalla Jalaluhu in accordance to the death of a martyr. We want for everybody to understand that those who feel that they can live on this earth, accommodate and accomplish its resources, indeed will have to meet death as everyone else meets death. One status in life does not exempt him from death, nor does one who has not deprived them of death. It is very important that everyone understands that when we say we are the siblings of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, we are his brothers, as he said, we are his brothers, that his legacy is put above all in everything else that we know of this world. We have to come to the realization and understand that by living in according to that in which he brought, it is not as cut and dry Salafiyya, Sufiyya, Naqshbandiya. We want to make it very clear that what Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam had encouraged and the companions who had continued his mission after him. Similarly, we indeed reflect and accept being his siblings and following as he followed the Quran, and fully the Quran and not associating any with it, for it is in association to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. D. The People's Republic of La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, in accordance with the declaration of the Quranic Revolution of 2021, have formulated their government, which is a Quranic military government. This government is responsible for the well-being and safekeeping of the People's Republic of the Shahadatu an la ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, in accordance with the welfare as well as in accordance with education, similarly to security as well as economic stability, finance, and information. The People's Republic of La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam are one unit. We give full allegiance and complete obedience with full sincerity and commitment to Jalla Jalaluhu alone. Indeed, he has made it very clear for us and for our attachés and allied representatives all over the world that indeed one living by the Quran and substantiating that in which he has given is much better than calling to anything of this world and everything of this world. He has made it very clear that our responsibility is to be in service to him and him alone and not to associate any with him. We have received multiple sightings or multiple queries in terms of who we answer to. We want to make it abundantly clear to any who think that we answer to ourselves is absolutely incorrect. We answer to Jalla Jalaluhu. We hold ourselves accountable. Holding ourselves accountable indeed makes our accountability in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the day of judgment or on the day of judgment less of a burden. We want for everybody to understand, just as Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam's message and legacy continued after he passed from this earth, because of the fact that he was calling to Jalla Jalaluhu and Jalla Jalaluhu alone. His legacy continued, though he did not even have a son to succeed him. It was those companions, those relatives of his, who continued on with the legacy. Those who were closest to him in belief in Jalla Jalaluhu, the belief in Allah in meeting that time. Therefore, we want to make it very clear for the People's Republic of La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam in all coalition forces, allies, whether in the United States or abroad. We want to say that those who stand firm on the truth are always confronting falsehood, and those who are standing on falsehood are always subdued by the truth. The truth indeed clarifies that in what was and that in what was not, whilst falsehood keep taking one into darkness and more confusion. We want to make clear that the general amnesty for all was in fact as a result, as an immediate and immense reality, that we are all siblings of humanity. And we all want for our siblings what we want for ourselves. We want for them what we want for ourselves. This is the reality of the matter. And we are therefore calling upon all those who have been associating with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, whether you say you are a Muslim or whether you say you are otherwise, realize that for sure accepting and adhering to that in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, our creator, our maker, has given us, has no better place for anyone other than you and me. For anything that has to do with anything other than the Quran, other than the way of Allah, is definitely in vain. And this is something, again, brothers incorporated brothers wanted to show their complete allegiance and submissiveness in service to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in upholding that in which is righteous and subduing that in which is wrong. And this is their statement. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.